I was thinking of coming up with a different mage.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Action mage.
An action mage.
Or I could stick with them and just come up with a cool companion. I don't know. I might just make up a whole new mage because character creation is fun.
Yeah, I see no reason why we can't have multiples of them. The normal habit with ours is everybody brings along either their mage or companion,
right,
for whatever the adventure is, and then there's just whatever grogs are also necessary.
Mm-hmm. I was going to actually ask you guys this. Do both of you feel comfortable running like a mage and like a companion?
I mean, I've certainly done it before for D&D, so we can do it we can do it if we have to, for sure.
Okay.
How many do we need that many characters?
It recommends between 4 and 6 magi.
Oh wow!
Wow!
I mean, obviously, I can pull punches here and there, but though I am converting from it's a 3rd edition adventure, so I am converting, so my numbers could be perilously dangerous, but we'll find out as we go along.
Yeah.
No, I figure I can pull punches. Recommendations are recommendations,
Yeah.
It seems everybody wants you to run a Ars Magica campaign with 10 magi and 20 companions,
which
and
is
500 grogs, but
because as I read, I mean the campaign, yeah, but like as I read it, like the individual adventures, it seems like they want to have just a couple, 1 or 2 mages.
That's always been my expectation. You just need a mage or 2, like then only the ones that are really interested in what's going on or that are truly necessary. That's the usual thing. Like the adventure I ran, you wanted a couple of mages, but you didn't really have to have more than that, and it almost didn't matter what their skills were. They were going to be useful no matter what.
True, and I think most mages are.
Yeah.
We're just going to call them mages because it's easier to say.
That's fine.
Sorry, I know I'm the one who keeps taking that shortcut.
That's not a problem.
I think I can safely tell you that the adventure I'm going to run involves a time of plague. So,
okay.
Plague,
well, that might make my own House Yerbaton guy handy.
So, you're going to bring.
He's a Corpus mage.
Simon has made it over from France. Cool. That would be good.
Well, I just reset him.
I don't think you should reset him.
No, what I mean is I didn't change his background or anything. I just decided, here's where he is. Like,
this could be years later. So
I'm not going to bother. I mean, if it's going to be years later, maybe I'll make a version of him that's advanced a few years just for kicks. But I haven't had the time to be inspired to make new characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It
makes perfect sense.
As soon as I start reading through it's the virtues and flaws. As soon as I start reading virtues and flaws, I start getting the itch to make characters, and I'm like, I can't spend the hours to do that right now. Because I love the virtues. The virtues and flaws are my favorite thing. I just love them so much.
I can't remember when it was. It says here I uploaded one on March 21st, 2021. So a year ago.
Yeah.
Over a year ago, a year and a half ago.
Year and a half ago.
And I did Marius of Bergamo, who I still absolutely love. I think he's a cool character.
He's great.
And then Bertrand of House Verditius, who is the weird tailor guy with the magic magpie.
Yeah, which I love. I love that too.
And
a lot of fun.
The addiction to glittering junk that he infuses with magic.
It's so good.
Yeah, but he's never been run, and I think he's perfect for Jenny.
Yeah, if Jenny wants him.
Being the costume designer that she is. So if she wants him or her or they or whatever the hell she wants to do with them, I do not care. So
what are you thinking, Rob, for a new mage?
I don't know. So we're supposed to have Cam too. So I'm gonna kind of let him take first choice of.
What about a companion? Do you have any ideas for that?
I was looking at a rogue type of companion. I could just pull out my bard guy again after the adventure he did with you, realizing that we had no characters who could actually talk to normal humans. Really, I would like to have somebody who could do that.
True, good idea. That is a good idea.
Or maybe an envoy that the house kind of like hired on, the Covenant kind of hired on to do exactly that sort of thing. Disgraced envoy.
I actually think this is the best way to do this is to find some of these ready-made characters and then just tweak them. Throw out bits you don't like, and
there are a shockingly few amount of pre-built Ars characters.
Huh.
There's a lot in the book, and there's quite a few in. There's Grogs.
Yeah,
in the Grogs book.
There are only like 3 companions in the book, which I was really surprised.
That is quite surprising, isn't it? That there's so many Grogs and so few companions. It's not even a complete page of companions. That's
I thought the 3rd and 4th edition books did a lot better job of
companions.
I should have kept those rules around, but I didn't keep them. I sold them all years ago.
I have a copy of 4th.
How about fairies, Column?
What about them?
Are they gonna like? I'm looking at House Marinita, the fairy house.
Oh, are you asking? Are there any fairies in this?
Like, would that be?
There are no fairies in it, as far as I know.
Right.
So don't be asking me,
Well, I need lots of magic for trees.
The very first wizard I ever made was a hair bomb wizard.
It sounds like Damon is going to run Simon of Yerbiton.
Yeah. That was my intention, unless for some reason they'd be useless.
So what is it? Explain to Rob, although we were all there when you ran him last time, but explain to us what Simon's basic magic gig is and such.
I feel like he felt like he was better than everybody.
He is. He absolutely is.
Okay, fair.
Are we talking about Simon of Yerbiton here?
Yeah. So he specializes in corpus and slightly less with animal magic. So like he does healing and calming and a bit of animal control, that kind of stuff. He's got just some useful spells. Actually, hair bomb. Oh yeah, that's right. He's the living. He's that's right. He's got most points in corpus, then secondary in animal and hair bomb. That's right. I envisioned him as like he works really well with like living things, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where his interests are, and that's where his magical abilities lie. And I gave him like super awful restriction. Like he can't destroy anything. Like he doesn't have any points in Peridot, and he's even got a restriction on it. So yeah, that's his deal.
He's going to be good. So and so now your party's going to have like basically a healer and a humanity type guy. So he's going to be
weirdly enough, like he's got a gentle gift too. He can get along with people.
Ooh.
Yeah, that will also be useful. So
there's Cam.
I thought your idea, Rob, of a companion who can talk and interact with people more is also a good idea. So you can beef that out with Grogs too. But hey, Cam.
Hey.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. Yourself?
Pretty good.
So what I'm hearing so far is we need someone who can burn shit.
You don't have anyone who can burn shit. If you
right.
So this is basically all happening because of you, Cam. Because you're clearly interested in creating a character from scratch. So
well, I don't know necessarily that I was married to that. I just have done zero character creation here. So
well, here's the thing: there's the companion level. Like, so we're gonna have a mage each probably and a companion. So that is a less grueling character creation process. Like, I feel like it's an easier way to start from scratch. I know Damon likes going whole hog with the mages, but it's so like, and then once you do this, you have some of the basics in place, and then coming back and creating a mage just adds an extra layer onto that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I might start by creating a companion today, and I'll decide if I want to stick with Nile. And if it's okay with you, Colin, I might just change some of his spells so he's like a little less spirit dependent. I might just
stick with guy. I don't care what you do. So
Tweak him.
Yeah, tweak him any way you want, as long as it's fun. That's all that matters.
Or Damon, will you be crushed if we don't come out of here with some new mages today?
No, not at all. So, Cam, did you want to play essentially the same character as you did for the end of the arc?
I was looking. I was just. I actually was here a few minutes ago, and I lost track of time as I was scrolling through the stock characters here in the handbook. I still like that, and I think especially the Flambeau is an easy one to get your head around.
Yeah.
Yes.
The stock mages are really good.
Yeah, I might just play the stock Flambeau again for my
Cool.
mage.
You got it. He's yours. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to stick with the one you just played?
I'll change his name because I feel like that's Brent's character that I was playing.
Yeah. So
but yeah, it'll be and I'll give him his own background and stuff, but as far as stats go, I'm just going to use the stock Flambeau from the book here.
Yeah, you can change the personality traits too.
Yeah, I'll monkey with some of that, but
did you ever look into that plus 41 on the
Yeah, that's
the
essentially legit.
stock. Yeah, that's
straight out of the stock. Yeah,
it's out of the book.
He's just a fire tank.
They really did just like what they stacked all the bonuses they possibly could under Creo Ignem. So and all of the known spells are Creo Ignem spells, so that's why.
Well, and major magical focus, fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Ability, affinity with Creo, affinity with Ignem.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They just stacked it up.
Yeah.
Is nuts. Yeah, excellent.
Okay, well
see, where is virtues and flaws?
So then maybe the two of you should then go through companion creation then.
Yes, I would love to work on a companion.
I feel like the hardest part with companions, weirdly enough, is like a concept because we're just so stuck in like D&D land. And I actually think that Column's character Marius is a great example. Like he's a priest. That's it. Like not a cleric.
Mm.
He's a divinity.
He's a Catholic priest.
Right. But he turned out to be very useful because of his knowledge of the church and ability to, a willingness to talk with people and his way to move around in the mundane world, like that kind of stuff. Like my companion is kind of a warrior type, who's a mercenary. There's things like courtiers, forester, hermits.
Can you give us the paragraph on the back of the box of the campaign you're going to be running? Is there a elevator pitch?
No ghosts and no fairies so far.
The basic gist of it is that a grog captain from a neighboring covenant, it's several counties over. It's like I think I have it being 6 days ride away. It's quite a ways. So a grog captain from this neighboring covenant shows up at your gates one evening and asks for assistance in rebuilding the covenant, which has fallen into ruin and chaos due to an outbreak of plague in the village neighboring it. All of its magi have basically scattered to the winds. And so they're seeking assistance to go out there and help bring the magi back and rebuild their covenant. That is the basic gist of it.
Okay. Where and what year?
Still 1220, right?
It's originally set in France, but I am moving it. I am porting it all over to Wales. So it's going to be Wales in about 1220, 1225.
Okay.
And I'm playing the wizard I made up way back, which he's a wizard that does healing and stuff like that.
They would probably logically then take maybe a mason or a carpenter along.
Well, yes. When I say rebuild, I don't mean actually
physically rebuild. Okay.
Physically rebuild.
So I was thinking of doing like somebody from a noble house that's fallen on hard times, or maybe even just been like hunted to near extinction, who took refuge with the Covenant and kind of serves as a public face envoy to normal human civilization.
Yep.
Sure. Actually, that would be great. Yeah.
A noble
from a
noble background will be useful.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So okay, my concept.
So you have to take a
Place
social
where it comes.
background. I know.
Yeah, because
I think wealth. I think you'd take wealthy for that, probably.
Where is what page is the companion creation on?
It's kind of messed up. This is not
Gotcha.
if only.
page
okay.
20. Page 29 is like the page as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, the one
That's where
that
it all
just
kinda
has this
starts,
the
yeah.
kind of summary.
But they have they have just a few sample companions: scholar, knight, priest, rogue, witch. Colin mentioned there's not a template for it, but forester.
Yeah, there's like forester, like maybe a courtier or maybe a hermit. Somebody who's more skilled, like you said, mason. Generally speaking, a companion might have masonry skills, but it's going to be more like they're the best mason in the land, and they have people working under them.
Or like architect.
Yeah, architect would be that would be a more companion level. A mason would more otherwise really just be kind of a grog.
Yep.
Or a merchant, or
yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't bring masons.
Oh
and,
yeah, we could bring mason grogs.
And carpenter.
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Just bring some of those grogs along. Yeah. We can make them up.
I think we can pretty much wing it with the grogs and just assume that you're bringing each of you is going to have about 5 or 6 grogs with you, and just
why don't I have some sort of gentleman thief, scoundrel rogue?
There we go.
Sounds good.
Something.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Gentle lady.
I also think you should definitely be bringing along Howl and Patter because they've somehow become the kind of named grogs.
Yeah.
Well, I do think that for the adventure, we should, even if we don't come up with like strict character sheets for all of them, we should name them and actually list them out so we know who they are, and at least come up with like when I created the Covenant, I came up with like personality traits for 3 or 4 grogs or something, just so they were kind of outlined. And if we have time, that'd be fun to do tonight too. Just like, well, who do we think we need? Just come up with names and personality traits and basic skill sets, and just leave it at that, so that we can all like have cues to play them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think your idea of somebody with a noble background, a companion with a noble background, is good and a valuable asset here.
Okay. Do we have a Griffith yet? Anybody named Griffith?
Nope.
It seems like sad not to have a Welsh character named Griffith, so I'm going to take it. I'm dibsing.
So
Griffith.
Gentleman Thief. I'm looking at the virtues and flaws. You have to take a social status.
Bear with me, I'm bouncing back and forth between tabs here.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so where are social statuses listed?
They're just kind of list. So if you go to the virtues and flaws spread on pages 38 and 39, there's social statuses, minor as a virtue, then there's free ones, they don't cost you any points, and then there are also minor and major social statuses that are flaws.
No, you can't take any hermetic ones because you're a companion.
Right.
You're not a mage, so you can only go with either story ones, personality ones, or general ones. And so
I'm gonna take gentleman because I don't like I think my family's lost its land, so I wouldn't take landed noble.
A gentleman is a minor one. Yeah, that's a plus. So you'll have to balance that out with a flaw, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty good. Sure, gentleman. And there's no reason your gentlemanly rogue couldn't have a similar social status as well, if you wanted.
Yes, still not seeing.
We could be in the same family.
I think you can still be a landed noble. you're still technically, your fortune may change, and you may
You
get
want to be
Oh.
brother and sister again, but this time I'm the fuck up sibling.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay,
We can do
sounds
that.
good.
Yeah,
So
all right.
I feel like not landed. Like I like the idea of like our fortune sunk so low that we got it
no,
literally
okay,
adopted out to the covenant.
Sorry, I see gentleman as a minor social status now.
That's
I
right.
didn't think
Yeah,
I didn't think it was available. It didn't
Oh, yeah.
sound very 13th century to me.
Yep.
So okay, no, that's
So
cool. I do
Gwen,
like the
Gwen and
idea of
Griffith.
siblings.
I like
Do you
that.
see?
Yeah.
Do you see the spread pages 38 and 39?
Yeah, I'm looking on page. Heaven forbid you actually put the page number.
Yeah,
So I'm
these
looking at
actually
page
doesn't have
39 right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they're not. The number's not actually on the pages.
I'm not actually on the pages,
Uh,
but
Oh, no, some pages have it. Some don't.
Yes, it's really weird.
these two don't. It's just
Yeah.
like the list of them.
Okay, social status minor, got it.
Yep.
So I want to take gentlewoman there.
Right. So here's what you want to do. So skip everything that says hermetic. You can have
Mhm.
up to 10 points of flaws. And so anything that's marked as major is minus 3 points. Minor is minus 1 point. And you can and then for every point of flaw you buy, you can balance it out with a virtue. So you're buying a +1 virtue because you have a minor social status. So you have to take a minor flaw or depend somewhere to balance that out. And you're not required to take 10, but like 10 is your limit. Like grogs are limited to only 3 points and they can't have anything major. Like they can only take minor stuff. So
also having 10 points of flaws is awesome.
yeah, it is.
it makes
all right.
It makes for an awesome.
The flaws and virtues I was saying to them earlier is literally my favorite part of this whole game. Like maybe your ne'er do well is a black sheep, which is a major story flaw.
Yeah.
For example,
Marius of Bergamo came out of 10 points of flaws. that's where I came up with the idea for him. So,
I'm taking enemies because I would be a male heir, but the people who the enemy would be the people who usurped our estates, our holdings, and they would I'm kind of like the last male heir. They'd like to finish the job, so I have to watch out for them.
Okay, so that's minus. That's minus.
That's 3 points right there.
That's
You've
3,
got.
Yep.
So you can now balance that with
So
either a major virtue or 3 minor virtues.
Well, no, he's taking gentleman.
On flaws.
Oh yeah, he's taking gentleman. Sorry.
So yeah, I've taken gentlewoman for a virtue, and then I took nocturnal for a flaw.
Which that personality one?
Personality.
Nocturnal, is that a major one?
No, it's minor.
It's a minor.
Oh, there it is. Yep, I find it now. All right, so that just evens itself out right there.
Yep.
You can have up to 9 more points of flaws. Wow, transvestite. I forget how cool some of these are. Some of these are just really fun.
Redo that.
Yeah.
Nocturnal, your natural body rhythms try to keep you sleeping until noon. You are at -1 on all rolls made between dawn and midday.
That sounds right.
Conversely, you have little difficulty staying up at night, though you enjoy no special benefits in the dark. Your companions may decide to saddle you with night guard duty on a regular basis.
Outlaw leader.
Outlaw leader.
I might not necessarily have my own gang, but I feel I'm respected in the underground.
Where is that one?
That's
under social status
that's a
minor.
Social status minor flaw.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you can have 2 statuses. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think it works.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely does.
And then I can pick up 1 more minor virtue, right?
Again, you can have up to 10 points of these.
Yeah.
10 negatives if you want. The more negatives, the more bonus, the more virtues you can take.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to limit yourself. Have as much fun with these as you like.
Mm-hmm.
So can I take a supernatural?
Yeah.
Yes, of course you can.
What about dousing? What's dousing do in this game mechanically?
Oh, well,
I think that's quite...
All of the fun is the pages after these 2 pages.
Where they're described.
Goes into details about all of these.
So dowsing, you have the ability to find things nearby through the use of a dowsing rod, usually a forked stick, and your own intuitive sense.
Gentlewoman thief. Yep.
Yeah, actually dowsing is really great for that.
Yeah, that's
I
why
love it.
I was...
I love it.
And I think I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I know I can take a bunch more.
Maybe as time goes on, you can decide to add a few.
Yeah. But so for now, my flaws are Nocturnal and Outlaw Leader, and my virtues are Gentlewoman and Dowsing.
There you go. You've got 8 more points to use, which why don't you just fill in as time goes on?
Yeah.
If you find time to just read through, I think it's about 5 or 10 pages, but to read through the page, like the actual descriptions of virtues and flaws. If it's like me, your brain's just gonna start clicking. You're gonna be like, oh my god,
I do need to actually look. I took Outlaw Leader based solely on
the words,
character. So I need to look it up and see what it actually does now.
Let's take a look.
Outlaw Leader. You command a small group of 3 to 6 outlaws. Your followers look up. There's 6 grogs right there. Your followers look up to you and do what you tell them within reason. However, you must occasionally stick up for the group or one of its members, as well as provide for them. You often have to deal with challenges to your leadership in one form or another. You are well known as an outlaw in the local area with a reputation level of 3. You are actively sought by the local lord, sheriff, or other such official. Excellent. You may take
you can take martial abilities, which that's pretty rare.
You may take martial abilities at character generation. Grogs may not make this flaw.
I should take some martial abilities, huh?
Yeah, most people are not allowed to take fighting abilities.
Where are martial abilities?
Ooh, is Gentleman?
Are we going into abilities now?
Well,
I just don't want to forget that I.
Yeah.
Gentleman.
You also have a reputation of 3, so.
Gentleman.
Yeah, no, Gentleman doesn't enable.
Yep, you can't take fighting abilities.
That's fine.
I mean, this is not a game about fighting. Again, typically, most of the actual fighting is you leave to the grogs.
Yeah.
That's and it's brutal.
It is.
It's brutal.
Well,
People
you
just
remember
die.
how brutal it is.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are going to die in this one because the 3rd edition apparently is famously quite dark, and this adventure is quite dark. But I'm hoping our jolly crew will infuse it with humor.
Cool. So you've got virtues, you've got flaws.
Proud as a flaw. I'm not sure yet if it's going to be a 1 or a 3-pointer.
You can choose the level.
Yeah. I haven't decided yet. Privileged upbringing sounds about right. Ooh, I have extra experience points, which I could spend on martial abilities, but not academic within. Oh yeah, this is perfect. The most common reason for this is that your family was wealthy while you were a child, but if you're wealthy now, which I'm not, take the wealthy virtue. Okay, yeah, privileged upbringing. Boom.
Oh, there we go.
Privileged.
You have 4 points of flaws?
4 points of flaws, just 2 points of virtue so far. I need another good flaw. And by the way, if anybody's hearing me talk about this stuff and a flaw or virtue leaps to mind, I'm open to.
What about close family ties as a flaw?
I was thinking about that. I'm thinking Cam's character may be it for surviving family. I'm not sure.
Right.
And then the collateral branch of the family is the one that wants to kill me.
Maybe one. I mean, there's always things like lesser malediction or visions, which they're supernatural minor ones. I think those are great, to motivate, why was your character kicked out of the family, or why did the family lose? Maybe you had visions of it failing, and then they booted you out, and they failed anyway. Or, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Or maybe it was some sort of self-fulfilling prophecy where because you said they were going to fail, they did.
That's a minor hermetic.
No, this is minor supernatural.
Minor supernatural.
Lesser malediction and visions are flaws.
Oh, those are flaws. Oh, yeah. Okay. I kind of like.
That would give you 3 additional points of flaws, which means you could take a single major virtue, or 3 minor virtues, which I think is kind of an interesting choice.
Flaws. I'm just looking up visions. It's emotionally or magically laden events. Possible future. Okay, yeah, that sounds fun. Visions. That's a minor. Which is about right, I think. I don't want to.
So now you have 5 points of flaws. Is that right?
2. Yeah.
Yep. So now you can take 1 major virtue or 3 minors. I love that death prophecy is a major virtue. I know, that's so fun. That's so fun.
I don't think that fits me exactly. Well, there aren't a ton of major virtues.
No, there aren't a lot of them. But some of the interesting ones could be strong fairy blood, greater immunity.
Oh, I could just take one of the affinity with ability. I think I'm going to do that, and it's going to be like good with people kind of ability. I'll fill in the blank.
Like people can, whatever that is. Folk can. Yeah, that kind of stuff, like carousing. Those kind of things are actually pretty useful in Mythic Europe, of course. Dowsing, that's awesome. What a fun one.
Then I'll take sharp ears. Sounds fun. I've got acute earring. Something quirky here.
True love.
It's a little too quirky. I don't think he's got time for that right now.
Let's see. You need one more point?
Yeah, one more point of virtue.
Hey, so you're good with people, right?
Uh-huh.
What about enchanting music?
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a Welsh nobleman. It makes sense that I'd grow up with some music. I like it.
Yeah.
Where is that? Enchanting music under Supernatural Liner. Awesome. Cool. All right, that's 5 and 5. I might come back and take another 1-on-1, but that's good enough for now, I think.
You've got some, yeah. Awesome.
What have you got now, Cam? For virtues and flaws?
I've got 2 and 2. I've got Gentlewoman and Dowsing for my virtues, and Nocturnal and Outlaw Leader for my flaws.
Oh, those are fun.
All right. Where did you want to go next?
Should we do characteristics after virtues and flaws? Is that... I'm just looking on the... I'm on page 18, the character basic sheet with the sort of order.
Yeah, so if you just turn the page from 29 and go to 30, characteristics. So you've got 7 points to spend. You can do something like give one ability +2 and 3 of them +1. You can put some negatives in things to give you some more points. There are 8 total abilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's hard to know what you might want to do with these because maybe you want to buy your abilities first. But I guess, think about the kind of things you want to do, right? So what are they? They are, let me get my own sheet up.
Okay, so I've got intelligence, perception, strength, stamina, presence, communication, dexterity, and quickness. So I think I'm going to focus on presence and communication as my better ones.
Actually, there are 7. Actually, there's no dexterity, right? Isn't it just quickness?
That's what if dexterity and quickness, unless I'm using
2,
a different
3,
edition.
4, 5.
No, this is right out of this book.
Okay.
Should be 8. So intelligence down to quickness.
And you said 30 had the point buys and costs?
Yep.
Yep.
And we
in
have
the bottom
7 total
right
to
corner.
spend. Okay.
Yeah. So, but you get extras by taking some of the negatives.
Yeah.
I don't want negatives, but I must.
That's another thing I like about the this, where you have to take a consequence for a benefit. It's good.
I know, but I don't want it.
And you're not allowed to have any score better than +3 at the moment.
Or worse than -3.
Or worse than -3. There are virtues and flaws you can take that will let you exceed those capabilities, but you didn't take any of them.
This is riveting audio.
Someone
Amazing
check my math here with me.
Yeah.
All right.
I took a 2 in perception,
Okay.
2 in dex, and a 2 in quickness.
Okay.
So
then I took a
9 points.
-1 in strength and a -1 in stamina.
You got it.
That should work.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I took +3 in communication, +2 in presence, +1 in dexterity, and then -1 in intelligence, -1 in strength, -1 in quickness. So I think 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, -3, 7. Yep.
Works.
I think I got it. So I'm really good at communicating.
Your character is really good at communicating.
I and my character.
That's right.
Holy crap, he's me.
So you've got your virtues and flaws, you've got your characteristics, now it's abilities. And I think what you should do is you should start on page 31 and just pick a package that's already there for your sample childhood.
Oh yeah, sample childhood.
Just take one of those. Please don't buy your abilities.
Okay, that makes
by
sense.
hand. Just pick one of those 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and stick with it.
What are you taking, Rob? Because that might inform my.
I think I've got to do. I mean, social childhood seems like a natural for me.
I think I can't decide between athletic or mischievous. I'm kind of leaning towards mischievous. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with mischievous.
All right. And where it says native language, you just need to pick like, are you native Welsh nobles? In which case your native language would be Welsh. Otherwise, it's going to be wherever you're from.
I've been assuming Welsh.
Welsh names, so
Welsh it is.
Welsh. So under the ability, I just put the ability, and then what do I put under the specialty? Nothing right now.
You can make up a specialty, but you don't have to do it. It's not that required.
And then the score is just the number.
It's just the number, right?
Okay.
You might make them better. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, and we're all going to agree to do Duolingo Welsh Gaelic and actually play it in language.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
You're just going to translate it in post. We can just do it in English, and then.
Given my natural affinity for learning languages, it'll be a breeze.
All right.
That is massive sarcasm. I am terrible. Terrible.
Using all of our Patreon money, I will hire a cast of native Welsh speakers.
Nice.
I love it.
Anthony Hopkins will.
Wow.
Oh, I love it.
And it'll be Rob, what's his face from Would I Lie to You? Fuck, I can't think of his name. I'm doing
Reiner
Rob
Schneider.
Nope. He just
I didn't know he was Welsh.
He does impersonations of people, and then he tells you who it is. So, I'm doing Cameron Shimniok.
That's not what I sound like.
No, he's Welsh.
No, my character is Welsh. I'm Norwegian.
Yes, it's your character.
German.
Rob Brydon. Sorry.
Are ability points determined by our age, or how does that work?
By your age. So you have to figure out how old you are.
I've been assuming like 7.
So you're going to get 15 points per however old you are per year of your age.
I was assuming fairly
per
young.
year of our age.
Yep.
That's right. So if you're
Jeez.
15 years old, then you're going to get 150 plus another
225, 15 squared. Yeah.
That sounds right. 225. Yep. Yeah, and so since you're a brother and sister, you should decide if you're twins and are the same age, or if there's at least a year between you.
I was thinking a couple years between us, but I could go either way.
Okay, who's older?
You pick, or flip a coin.
I think you were the older one who.
Felt
the
need more serious.
To be responsible.
Yep.
Because you were older and a boy.
Yep. Okay, I agree.
What if he was younger than you, but he's the male heir, so you were fucked out of your inheritance, so you had nothing to lose anymore?
Okay, I'm here for that.
No, just a thought.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
They're your characters.
A slight bitterness there. They're your characters.
So what do you think? 24 and 22, or
works for me? Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll be 22.
So how does this work in the math
20.
now? If he's
Right.
22,
So the 24-year-old, you got 360 points.
explain the 360 points.
22. I'm multiplying the number of years by 15.
Okay.
And 330 points then for the younger sibling. So here's what I would do. Don't worry about the scores just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Pick the abilities that you want, and then we'll split the points up later. So you've got a free ability right now, Cam. You have a dowsing 1, off the top. You can improve it with some experience points if you want, but don't worry about that right now. So you have a dowsing of a score of 1, plus you have all those childhood abilities, which again, you can increase those scores. Right now, I would just list any other abilities you think you might want. And don't go absolutely crazy. It's actually best to have fewer skills that you can score up.
And you said that was on page 60...
63.
Okay.
Which again does not have a number on it.
You may not have arcane abilities. I think
you may not have arcane abilities.
And you can only have a supernatural ability if you took a corresponding virtue or flaw. So I think that means, if you're
I took dowsing.
If you're a gentle person, yeah. Are you allowed to have academic abilities as a gentleman or a gentlewoman?
I don't think it opened up martial or academic, but my privileged upbringing gives me 50 points that I can use for general, academic, or martial.
Okay. I would put those 50 points into academic or martial.
Yeah, I plan to.
Otherwise, it's just general abilities, and there aren't that many of them. So pick 1 the 3 to 8 that you think you need. Just write them down, and then we'll start splitting up points.
Okay.
So I'm going to take single weapon.
I think single weapon includes the use of a shield, for what that's worth as well. It used to be different in old versions of the game.
I don't know if I care about academic abilities that much, though.
I suppose I should probably take charm.
Yeah, that would certainly help. I think carouse would be a huge one for you, because you've got an outlaw band.
Yeah. Carouse.
Folk can is probably useful for all those reasons.
So I've got, in addition to the 4 I got with my upbringing, I've got dowsing, single weapon, charm, and carouse.
Sounds good.
I'm going to take stealth too.
Oh yeah, good one. Ride might be good.
Well, I don't want to load up too many.
You have a lot of points. They will, although they'll kind of spend quickly. You're in good shape.
Yeah, ride's a pretty good one to have too.
Okay, ride. And I'm stopping there.
All right, you can always go back.
Okay, I've jotted down single weapon to use those 50 points on, probably. And then intrigue, bargain, ride, and music. And I already had from the kid skills charm, folk can,
I've already got those.
dial.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So now you need to decide, how many points you're going to have. So buying these are a little weird. So maybe pick a couple of skills that you want to be really good at, and maybe those are 4s. Like, I really have got to be exceptionally good at those. And that each 4 is going to cost you 50 points.
And that chart's on page 31, Cam.
31, yep.
31. Okay, because I might add that to some of the things that I already have a couple points in, which is going to
Yeah, so for example, if you're going to raise a score from say from 2 to 3, it'll cost you 15 points to raise it. There is a method to this madness. Like there's actually there's a formula that's pretty easy to figure out.
You said that's on 31?
31, yep. So
and
to raise a score
chart off to the right, yeah.
Yeah, the advancement table. It's the last 2 columns. Yep. The game suggests that like a score of 3 means you're actually kind of a professional at that, like you're actually quite good.
Okay.
Past that, you're going to be like notably good.
So to raise from a 2 to a 3 costs 15?
That's right.
Okay. And then from a 3 to a 4 costs?
An additional 20 points past that.
20? So that would be, so if I wanted to go from a 2 to a 4, that'd
35.
be 35? Okay.
That's right.
I suggest they simplify this in 6th edition.
I don't think they'll ever come up with a 6th edition. I really don't.
And you said
Sure.
if I just wanted to take something from 0 to 3, that's 50?
Yep.
No.
275.
0 to 4 is 50.
Oh yeah, 0 to 3 is 30. Sorry. Yep. I'm assuming you'll probably want to increase your dowsing score by a point or 2.
Yep.
So if we can go up to 5?
Up to 5. But you need to have a good excuse for it to go that high.
Well, my excuse is I'm one charming ass motherfucker.
There you go.
Does that make sense? Okay.
Yeah. Oof, that's huge. Yeah.
1.
That was to go from 2 up to 5.
Sure, yep. Mr. Sleaze.
Does everyone have calculators open in front of them?
No, I'm just keeping it running.
I can just count.
Tick off, yeah.
So I'm sorry, 1 to 5 would be...
That's 4 levels, so that's, let's see
4,
here, 10,
so
25, 45, plus another 25. It'd be 70.
Yeah.
70 to go from 1 to 5? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to be very good at dowsing because I'm a thief, and that's why I became a thief.
All right, then.
So that's 105 left, which means I'll bump my brawl and my guile each up by 1. I'm a skilled motherfucker here. Which would take me down to...
Ooh, folk can. I want to add to that.
I guess I can add a couple more here. I've got a few more points to spend.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm going to pick another couple of
And that was
skills.
on page 60...
63 are the lists of
63? Okay.
abilities. Yeah, you can always pick up a new ability or 2, right?
Might as well.
You might have area lore because you have an outlaw band and you're a thief.
Okay.
Like, the county or wherever, like the surrounding domain, you may know a lot about that. That's probably a useful skill for you to have.
And to put that at a 2 would be a...
Would be 15 points.
15 for a 2? Okay.
Yep.
So that would leave me with 65. Better take leadership if I've got an outlaw band.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And to put that at a 4 was 50 points?
Yeah, from 0 to 4, 50. Yeah.
50, so that leaves me with 15, which means I could take 1 point in something. Maybe I'll take a point in Folk Ken.
Oh no, wait.
Wait, 1 point would cost you 5 if you don't have anything in Folkkin.
What would 15 get me?
15 points would give you a score of 2.
So I'll take 2 there. Okay, there.
There you go. Nice.
All right, I've got
That
5
spends
points left. I need to find something to take at level 1.
Level 1, yep. Maybe you're learning to swim.
Screw it. I'm taking common law. It's gonna come up.
Oh, there. You did get a little education.
Oh no, wait. Sorry. Nope. I can't use these points for that because I used all 50 of mine for Marshall. I can't.
Oh,
take
you did.
it from-
Okay.
Yep. Oh, how about animal handling for 1? What the heck?
Yeah, there you go.
Man, I wish I'd sharpen this pencil like just a little more. Oh well. Okay. All right. That's abilities.
So now it's really personality traits. So they recommend 2 or 3. Probably companions, I'd take 3. And there are no real rules for this. Typically, you'll give yourself a rating of -3 to +3. And these don't necessarily have any game effects, but they're meant to be mostly role-playing aids. Like, how am I going to play this character? It's like they're like clues to yourself about what the character's about. They can come in if, we know what your character personality traits are. If for some reason the player is trying to make a decision that's counter to those personality traits, or that is really super strongly in line with those personality traits, then a die roll might come into play, and then those scores might come into play. Like if you have, brave -2, and you decide to stand and fight, column may ask you to make a die roll to really? You're really going to stand and fight? All right.
Where are those in the...
No, they're not listed. These are truly freeform.
Okay.
So I took proud as a flaw. I mean, is it redundant to pick it as a personality type as well?
No, not at all. And if you're that proud, you'd probably say proud +3. Or maybe you could tinker with it a little bit. Like maybe you're insufferable +1 or something like that. Who knows?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a smoldering pride, not like a out front sort of
so
thing.
like haughty +2.
And yeah, I think I'm the opposite. I think I am the out front arrogant. I'm gonna say arrogant +2.
How about easily affronted?
There we go.
Sounds good.
And I may not confront you on it right there, but I'll hold a grudge.
Maybe sensitive.
I was gonna say sensitive. Yeah.
Defensive.
Yeah, defensive. That sounds good.
Defensive. Yes.
Yes, I like
Because
that.
we may misconstrue sensitive.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say skeptical.
I am going to pick loyal, though. I feel like just as a +1. When I commit to someone or something, I will stand by them.
Yeah, there we go.
You could pick these as negatives, too, but that's just like I could say cowardly +2 or brave -2.
That's kind of the way it goes.
Basically, the same thing, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
How many should we pick? Or does it?
2 to 4, they say.
Yeah.
I always do 3, just my own personal rule of thumb.
Okay.
I do 3 as well.
What have you got, Cam, so far?
I've got arrogant and skeptical.
Okay. I'm going to take... see, I'm torn. On the one hand, I want to be serious, but on the other hand, I've got this musical thing, so maybe... I don't know.
They're not necessarily counter to each other. Maybe you take music really seriously.
Yeah, okay, great. Serious.
Yeah, serious. Yeah. You're no fun.
Oh, no, I can be fun, but there's a good reason to it. And there's I'm not freewheelingly fun.
Right.
You're more like the Thom Yorke of the 13th century.
Yeah.
Serious
Griffith of York.
-2. As long as we're playing kind of opposite sides of the same coin.
There we go.
There, so that's 3 for me.
Nice. I think everybody gets 1 confidence point. We haven't really done anything with them yet. And Cam, you're the only character with a starting reputation I'm aware of.
Yep.
And that
comes from your outlaw flaw.
Yeah, so I know that's a score of 3.
Right.
But what do I put for the type and the...
Well, It would be. I assume your reputation would be an outlaw.
Okay.
With a score of 3, but
which means you're pretty well known in
yeah, because like my character Marius of Bergamo is a heretic. That's his reputation, but only in Italy, because his heretical act took place in Italy. That's another story. So I can't even remember what it was. It's in his lengthy biography here.
But yeah, outlaw would be the reputation, and 3 is a sense of the range of it. So this county and thereabouts in Wales, where you operate, people are going to know who you are and that you're a goddamned outlaw.
Well, have you guys decided where your characters are from, or do you need a 13th century map of Wales, and we'll get back to me on it?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
We're from Wales, which is good enough for me. If you want to just
the idea here, because you're companions, you are either in the Covenant or you're visiting the Covenant so often that it'd be easy to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I'm also going to say that for the sake of my adventure, it's taking place far enough away from your known outlaw area, or maybe it isn't.
Then I would imagine that maybe the Covenant is someplace I just outside of my stomping grounds that I go when the heat gets too hot to lay low for a little while.
Yeah,
I feel like you frequent it pretty regularly.
And I show up with enough looted, pilfered gold that no one minds if I just kind of lay low there for a summer now and again, or winter. I spend the rainy season there.
I feel like with our family's disaster and the usurpation and probably death of many family members, either we took refuge here after that, or the family fortunes are so low that at an earlier age they had like kind of packed us off in desperation to the heathenous mage people.
Yeah.
So I think and we've had to earn our keep, me with my social graces and you with your showing up with useful stolen stuff.
do you think that you generally live at the
I think so. Yeah, I got nowhere else to go. That
might be one of the reasons you keep showing up.
And I show up every now and again, just to lay low until the heat's off.
Sweet.
Yeah. I would imagine I would imagine, Rob, that your character does a lot to like prevent Cam's character from being thrown out over and over again. Like, no, she's fine. I promise.
Look, she brought shiny things.
I really like character creation in this game.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Very good. Yeah, they come out quite well formed, which is kind of cool.
Oh, what if from time to time it's like, of course, I take a dim view of your outlawry, but sometimes I know, hey, these Covenant guys who are putting me up need blah blah. If you were stealing stuff and you happen to come across that. Much as it pains me to subsidize outlawry.
And I love it when you are reduced to asking me for help.
Yes.
Cool. So are each of you happy with Companion and Wizard?
I think so.
Yeah. Like I said, I might tweak my Wizard, or who knows, I'll go back in and make a whole new one. But I don't know. I mean, I could roll with Nile as is.
Work with the stock Flambeau, and I'll fill in some background information and stuff like that.
That's good.
Okay. So we're gonna have 3 Magi, 3 companions so far.
Do we think Jenny might play, or?
Yeah, Jenny said she would play. She would play Bertrand of House Verditius.
Cool.
Or she could break out old Marius of Bergamo. I have no qualms about anyone else running them.
Sure.
So, I don't know if the whole true play applies to companions and such, but I don't care who plays any of my characters. Yeah, I mean, it would always be nice to have, yet another Magus. The more the merrier with Ars Magica. But if you're all comfortable running handling, both a magus and a companion, which
We'll make do.
I think we can make do.
Yeah.
I think we're all good enough at such games that we can figure out how to do that.
Well,
And then you're gonna want to put together like a pretty strong field of grogs. You've got like half a dozen bandits on that Cam's already got, but I would
So we
suggest
have each wizard's going to come with their own dedicated shield grog. And we know who two of them are already, right? It's Highwell and Patter, or did I have that name right?
I think it's Howell and Patter. But
Howell, okay. Oh yeah. So we'll need we'll just make one more military veteran and give them a name.
Yeah. And then I think we can just we can basically generate grogs on the fly. We can assume that each of you has like say half a dozen grogs in tow, and you can say each of you gets 6 grogs. Okay, one of them will be a named shield grog or a named useful grog of whatever, and then the rest we'll just keep as like a pool where you can generate them and go, oh, I've got this grog, maybe.
Is this like a turb? Is this like a battle battalion of grogs, or is it more like we're making a mobile camp? Like we're going to need cooks and we're going to need.
Well, you will, but I mean, do you really want to play cooks?
Well, I get.
You can just assume that there's a cook, that there will be a cook with you. It's going to be a major expedition on behalf of the Tagalin, isn't it? Tagalin?
Covenant?
Tagalin.
Yes. Yeah. So it's going to be a major expedition on behalf of the Tagalin Covenant to come to the aid of this neighboring covenant, which has a self-renewing source of V's, which is why you're going to be helping out, because it's.
I know exactly. I know one grog that's definitely coming, and that's going to be Mad Annis, the Turb captain. She'll come.
There you go. So basically, you're heading in on a mercy mission to come to the assistance of another covenant that has fallen into ruin and disarray due to a plague and possibly due to other reasons. So you're heading into a plague-ridden area and facing unknowns, just unknowns. You have no idea of the condition of the Magi at this other covenant. You have no idea whether they will be accommodating to you or aggressive towards you. There's a lot of unknowns. So I would plan accordingly. I think you're in pretty good shape with the Magi you have, for sure. I think the companions are pretty good. But yeah, you would be putting together a good troop of support staff along the way. I can't remember what I said I was going to give you. I think it was going to be there were going to be like 4 wagons and 8 horses. You were getting a full on. So
maybe like in the adventure I ran, I ended up creating, just in the course of telling the story, 2 more grogs of the covenant.
Yeah.
And putting little write-ups of them, and I think they're there in the Discord even.
Yep.
So that's the kind of thing I'm thinking of, where it's like, as we play, let's at least like have little like 2 or 3 sentence write-ups of these, give them names and personality traits, and like, okay, well, now these people exist.
I've read through most of this adventure. It's good. It's real good, I think. It's quite dark, but it's got a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff going on. I think it'll be fun. Excellent. As with I think every Ars Magica game we've played so far, it's very different. So I'm looking forward to it.
So I'm so excited we're playing this. This is
me too.
My favorite role-playing game by far.
Yeah. My only fear is that it's going to take probably 6 sessions to get through, and
that's fine.
Hopefully we can maintain a group for that long. So, well, we can always take breaks. So.
Yeah, I mean, that Dungeon Crawl Classics we played over 2 sessions over like a 5-month span.
That's true. That's true.
Right.
This, I feel like we might need a little bit more. I mean, Dungeon Call Classics, you just kind of go in and hit stuff.
True, very true.
But this, we might need to
think and recall.
think a little bit more and recall what happened.
Yeah, this
Good
one
point.
this one's got a lot of action, a lot of diplomacy, a lot of intrigue. It's got a lot going. It'll be good. It'll be good fun.
Yeah, thanks. That was great. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed this.
Good fun. Thank you very much, Damon.
Do you want to just make characters again next week?